Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Community Beer Company. They're out of Texas. This is their Barrel Aged Mocha Legion. Big beer guys, 12%. Final beer of the evening for me. Beer Advocate has it at 12%. Untapped, I don't know what's going on with those guys. I didn't see any other variations or different years listed when I typed it in. They have it at 11.6%. This is the 12%er, guys. We don't have the IBUs. There's no commercial description. Basically, it's a small batch series, Russian Imperial Stout. It says aged in American whiskey barrels with chocolate and coffee. So with the coffee, you wouldn't want to cellar this one too long, guys. And on the bottom of it, it says it was canned on February. And it wipes off very easily. I had a thing on there. February 3rd, 13, 23rd, February, I see the 3, but I can't see what's in front of the 3, guys. So, in February, and being a barrel-aged Mocha Legion Imperial Russian Stout, drink it as fresh as you can, guys. The fresher you get it, the more coffee notes you're going to get on it, guys. So it was done last month sometime, so it still should be very, very tasty. I don't know why Untapped has it. Evidently they've done this beer before, and this batch is a little bit bigger ABV than what Untapped is reporting at 11.6%. This was sent to me by Mr. Walton. He sent me a couple beers last week. I had a bunch of beers come in at the same time, the same week, and trying to get through those beers, guys. I will get to them. I'm several weeks ahead, and before the end of the month, I'm probably going to be a month ahead. Bear with me. I am getting to them as fast as I can, guys. So I do appreciate everybody sending me all the wonderful beers. It's not a problem to me. Just bear with me trying to get through these beers. I try to get to the lower ABV beers first and wind up the evening. I only have 2 or 3 a day, and wind up the final beer of the evening with something like this. I apologize if I don't get to it as quick as you want me to, but I am reviewing as quick as I can, and usually if you ask me, I've already reviewed it. It just hadn't posted yet. So with that being said, let's see what Community Beer Company's Barrel Aged Mocha Legion coming in at 12%. That's a big beer, guys. Drink this one at home. You wouldn't want to be drinking this one and try to drive somewhere out at a bar or a brew pub or whatever, unless you have a designated driver. Don't be Mr. Macho Man and think, oh, I can drink 1 or 2 of these and I'll be alright, I can drive. Wrong. You'd be looking at them. You might get lucky. You may get lucky and get home and not hurt anybody, not have an accident, but if you go through a road check, a DUI check, one of these is enough in the state of Virginia to get you a DUI. Just one. Just one. So, drink responsibly, guys. Enough of the PSA. Let's get on with this. It does look like it's a printed up can, so they printed up these cans for this. Not a stick-on wraparound label or a heat shrunk label, but it is a 16-ounce can. I don't know what he paid for this, but I do appreciate him sending me this. And let's find out what we're going to get. It's very dark coming out of the can. I expect that for a Russian Imperial Stout. Seems to be fairly well carbonated. I'm not pouring it too aggressive, and we're getting a nice head pour on that. About 1.5 fingers of head on that pour. Good looking beer. over into the light. It is pitch black, guys. Pretty dark beer. Good looking beer. Khaki colored head. Kind of big bubbles on the side. Nice and creamy on top. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. Hints of caramel, toffee, black molasses. A little bit of coffee. Smells pretty nice. I'm not getting any kind of barrel aging on it on the nose. But it's cold right out of the fridge. Those notes may come out as it warms up, which we always do. Smells really, really good. It's a very pleasant aroma. Very nice smelling beer. I might even add to that, say it's an outstanding smelling beer. Wonderful aroma. I just wish I would get more barrel notes from it on the nose. But they may come. They may come. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mr. Walton. I do appreciate it, sir. A little bit more on the barrel aging notes on the taste. That is a very, very tasty beer, guys. Very, very nice. Coffee is there. Roasted malt, caramel toffee, black molasses. Definitely getting the coffee. Coffee's in the front seat as far as I can tell right now. And then maybe everything else is in the seats behind there. Oh, that's nice. That is very, very nice. Alcohol seems to be very well hidden for it. 12%. To me, that's just my opinion. Now, you might think it's the booziest thing you ever tasted if your palate can't handle that kind of ABV. That is very, very nice. Definitely got a big time coffee note on it, guys. So, let's swirl this around in case anything is settled in the bottom. And get your final back end pour into the glass before we go off camera. Definitely reinforces the head when I swirl it around like that in the can on this back end pour on the beers. Very tight, creamy bubbles around the side, very creamy on top, almost looks like yogurt on top. That's a good looking beer. That's a really good tasting beer. If you don't like coffee, you may not like this. I still, if it's barrel aged, I want to taste more of that barrel aging. Some people do, some people don't. It's just all personal preference there. A lot of people don't, and even the breweries, headmaster brewers, they don't want the barrel aging, the bourbon or whatever barrel they put it in, overpowering everything else. They want it to be a nice blend where nothing's overpowering everything else, and you're getting a little bit of the bourbon and a little bit of the coffee and a little bit of the roasted malt and a little bit of everything instead of one thing just overwhelming everything else. So maybe where they wanted this beer. I don't know how long they left it in the barrels. That would determine how much of the barrel notes you would get and whether the barrel had beer in it before or not. So very tasty. So let's sip on this, let it come up to room temperature, and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on for well over an hour now. About an hour and a half or so. Very tasty beer. Went very well with the cigar that I was smoking outside on the deck. I love these big Russian Imperial stouts, especially the bourbon barrel versions of it. I am getting more of the barrel aging now that it has warmed up. Very tasty beer, guys. I would definitely buy this beer if I could get it here. It's got the ABV on it. It's got the canned on date on the bottom of it. Very impressive beer. I'm getting the coffee. I'm getting the barrel notes now that it's warmed up. Roasted malt, caramel toffee, black molasses. Very, very tasty beer. A very well done beer, guys. I don't think it's quite to the 10 category, but it is damn close. If you say, oh my God, that's the best thing I ever tasted, I would not argue with that one iota. It is pretty impressive beer. Probably the best beer I've had from Community. Very, very nice beer. And I'm not sure it's available here in my neck of the woods, but if I see it, I will definitely pick it up. I like these big 12% Imperial Stouts, Russian Imperial Stouts, barrel aged. Awesome. Very tasty beer. Final chug. First and foremost, right now, the coffee is in the front seat. Then the barrel aging notes and everything else is right behind that. Very delicious beer. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. Guys, to me, I'm going to give this an A. This is definitely an A. I would like to see a little bit more barrel aging notes, but they probably didn't want it to overpower everything else. So it all depends on what you want to drink, what you like to drink, and all that stuff. I would like to see a little bit more of the barrel aging notes. I don't know how long they left it in the barrels, but it is a very balanced beer. You're getting all of everything that they did here. You're getting the coffee, you're getting a little bit of the barrel notes, you're getting the roasted malt, you're getting a little bit of everything there. Nothing is overpowering everything else. It's a very balanced beer, a little bit of everything that they've done on this one. So very well done. It is a very impressive beer to me, and I would buy it if I could get it here. And that's the biggest recommendation I can tell you guys. 98 for me. It is an A beer. And if you, like I said, if you say, "Oh my God, that's the best thing I ever tasted," that's blew my hair off and my socks off and blew everything off, I would not argue with that. It's pretty tasty. But I like, to me, just me, I like to see those, if they say it's barrel aged, I want to taste those bourbon notes more prominent than what I'm getting on this one. That's why I didn't get to 10. But that's just me. But that is just me. So if you'd like something that's a little more balanced and the bourbon's not overpowering everything else, this is a good one. This is a great one. So 98 for me, guys. Over to Beer Advocate. They don't have a grade. They have NA. Not enough people have commented on it, and they're in the back room smoking crack or something. I don't know. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.19. That's borderline. That's or A minus, not quite to their A scale. I think it's a little better than that. I'm giving it a better grade than both of these guys. It is a very tasty beer. I want to see more bourbon or barrel notes. I don't know if it's a bourbon barrel they put it in. But it's just me. That is just me. You may think this is sex in a glass. It may be taking you in the back room and doing wonderful things to you. So, with that being said, if you've had this one from Community Beer, the Barrel Aged Mocha Legion, let me know what you think. I'm impressed. If I see it here, I will buy it again. So, with that being said, thanks to Mr. Walton for sending it to me. Very tasty beer. Till we meet again, guys, let's go see what's in the fridge or what's in the humidor.